a way for you to reassure your partner that you love them. Validate them, validate their position in your life. If it can either be your partner, a friend, any person you're in a relationship with. They would like to know where they stand in your life. Validate them. You can show that by complimenting them that, hey, you look beautiful today, or welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Khalalelo Safadi, aka Lola, and welcome to a new video. As you can see, today I'm coming in different. I'm coming in hot. This is because it is that month of the year where we get to express and show love to one another. CHIT Valentine, and I'm introducing a mini series called Month of Love. So, in this series, we will be tackling all things love in a fun and interesting way. So, let's get into episode 1. What is love? I don't think love is a feeling. I'll be basing my definition on the Bible from the book of 1 John Chapter 4 verse 16. It says,
"And we have known and believed the love that God has for us. God is love, and he who abides in love abides in God, and God in him."
So this scripture basically tells us that God is love. And if God is love, there's a scripture that says, "Let us create men in our own image according to our likeness." That means we are loved because we are created in God's image. So we should show love and express love to our loved ones and be loved. Let's continue on from the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Please read it at your own time. But a particular verse that touched me from that chapter is the last verse, which is verse 13. It says, And now abide faith, hope, love, these three, but the greatest of these is love. Can you hear that? And now abide faith, hope, and love. These three, but the greatest of this is love. So amongst faith and hope and love, the greatest is love. There's a scripture that says, without faith, it is impossible to please God. So that means, even if I did have faith, if I don't have love, I cannot please God. Because it says, by this abide faith, hope, and love. But the greatest is love. So you can't please God if you do not have love. So we should love. We should love, guys. Love your enemies. Love the people that do you wrong, because God says we should love them. I know it's very hard. It's not easy as it is written here, but choose to love. This is why you should choose to love. Even when people are hating on you, people are they are your enemies that you don't even know about. Choose to love them. This is why love is a decision. It's a conscious decision you choose to make day in and day out. It is a decision you make day in and day out, irregardless of the circumstances. So let's also read from the book of Leviticus chapter 19 verse 18.
"You shall not take vengeance nor bear any grudge against the children of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord."
So my favorite part of that scripture says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Can you hear that correctly? It says love your neighbor as you love yourself. That means if you do not love yourself, you cannot love your neighbor. So you must love your self-love is not being selfish at times. We are people, we are humans. You know the difference between being selfish and showing love to yourself. If you do not love yourself, if you hate yourself, that means you cannot love others. How can you give off to others what you do not know yourself? So you should show love. Give yourself that cup of coffee, have a break, show love to yourself. That way you will know what it is to be loved. That means you can express the love even better to others. That is basically the law of attraction. I mean, if you love yourself, you can attract love. It is the law of attraction. What you possess is what you attract. If you are hateful towards others, that is what you will get. You know, when people always say to us, don't treat yourself in a certain way because that's how people will treat you. That's so very true. If you show love to yourself, it's very easy for love to come to you. It's just the law of attraction. This is why God says, love your neighbors as you love yourself. It's the law of attraction. You know, love your neighbors as you love yourself. And in that, your neighbors will in turn love you back. You know, because you are attracting it. You know, this God though. Moving on. Types of love. There are so many types of love, but I'll be talking about 4 today that I took from the book of 4 Loves by C.S. Lewis. So number 1 is storge. Storge love is a love where we are dependent on people. It's like a relationship between a child and a parent. You are dependent on your parent. So like from a young age, you are dependent on your parent to be full, to eat. It's a dependency type of love. So that's storge love. Number 2, filial love. It is a brotherly love. It's a friendship where it's friends, best friends, your friends. That's the filial love. It's a friendship love. Number 3, that's eros. Eros is a love. It's a romantic love. You know, romance, le romane. What people usually mistake for Valentine. Valentine is not only to show the eros love. It's a time to show love to everybody. But we usually celebrate it for the eros love, where you show love to your romantic partner, your wife, your husband, or your girlfriend. These days, dating, you know, courtships. That's the eros. Number 4 is the agape love, the God kind of love. It is the love that God shows towards us. It's the love that we have, the relationship that we have with God. And I can reference that relationship by John 3:16, where it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." So that is the agape love for you. So those are the 4 types of love that I have for you today. Love languages. To my knowledge, there is 5 love languages, and when I heard about these, I was wondering why were these established in the first place. So they were established in order for us to love people in a way that is meaningful to them. Because we have a tendency as people to love people in the way we want to be loved. Like, let's say I want to be loved by you buying me a cup, and then instead of listening to the next person on how they want to be loved, I buy them a cup. That is how I want to be loved. That may not be the way they would like to be loved. So these love languages were established in order for us to know how other people want to be loved, and they should know how we would like to be loved, so that we love one another accordingly, you know. So number 1, it is words of affirmation. This love language is very verbal. It's for reassurance. Assure your partner or your friend that you love them. It is for validation. Validate them so that they know their position in your life. It's a validation, reassurance, showing your partner that you are there for them. You can show that by complimenting them that, hey, you look beautiful today, or these days it's the digital age where you can just post somebody and post an appreciation post of them and a picture, and just express love. Number 2, physical touch. This is very non-verbal. It's a non-verbal way of expressing love. It is when you express love physically, where you can express it through hugs, kisses, holding hands. Other people love the physical touch love language, where when they cry, you just give them a hug and then they're okay. It's the physical touch love language. Number 3, receiving gifts. Who doesn't like receiving gifts? But this love language is basically for people who just love being appreciated by you buying them something, receive a thoughtful gift, even if it's not something big. Just by you, if they were constantly talking about the fact that they don't have a pillowcase and then you just buy them a pillowcase, those thoughtful gifts. They love receiving thoughtful gifts, and they are very, content when they receive those gifts. Number 4 is quality time. Guys, quality time is very, very much needed. It is when we have those one-on-one talks. You have a date where it's just the two of you. You spend time. I'll continue to say, in this digital age, you can call one another, have a video call for hours and hours and hours, and you can speak and have that quality time with one another. And then there's language number 5, which is acts of service, where you can be helpful to your partner, where you where you alleviate their burdens, where you minimize the stress load or the workload upon them, where you can help them. If they are doing chores, you help each other with chores. It's 50-50. Or if they need to run an errand and you are like, let me help you with this one and you can handle this one. That is acts of service. Other people love being shown acts of service in their relationships, so that it's a way of you showing love to them. So my top 3 love languages are: number 1, words of affirmation. Guys, I cannot stress how much I like being validated and being reassured that my position in somebody's life. I love that. I am a person who overthinks a lot. So you validating me and me not having to tekara and not knowing where I stand in your life, that it just means a lot to me. Like, you reassure me and I know that, okay, I'm cool. It's because sometimes as an overthinker you have this insecurities and you're just there like, why is this even a factor? So if somebody reassures you and affirms you of your position in their life, it makes life so much easier. Number 2 is quality time. Quality time, guys. Going out on dates, like having a one-on-one, quality time, video calls, calls for 1 to 3 hours. I love the quality time. And then number 3 is receiving gifts. But I'm torn between receiving gifts and physical touch. But guys, who doesn't like receiving gifts? I'd be lying. I love receiving gifts, guys. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, that is number 3, receiving gifts. So we have reached the end of this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe, like, comment, share, and click that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Please remember to love, be loved, and spread love. I love you guys. Bye.